Hi, this is Sue Willoughby here with the Windermere Mount Baker in Seattle, and I am here with Beau Hebert from Lottie's Lounge. Yeah, and Lottie's Lounge is located on the corner of Ferdinand and South Rainier and the lovely Columbia City neighborhood. So,
yes,
let's have at it. So tell me, inquiring minds want to know, how long have you been in business and how long have you owned Lottie's and kind of how it's evolved? And
yeah, well, let's see. I've owned Lottie's. It'll be 9 years in June.
Okay.
And so I'm the fourth owner in the lineage from when it first started. It was Lottie Mott's, a coffee shop, and it's evolved into coffee cocktails, then cocktails coffee. Now it's cocktails.
Forget the coffee.
We do have some drip coffee, but yeah, it's sort of evolved and grown with the neighborhood. So 9 years for me. Yeah.
So you're kind of, I know I did an interview with Michelle Bale at Wink Eyewear, and she has been here about the same time. I think she's coming up on 9 years as well.
Okay.
So, you guys are the sort of the pioneers of the neighborhood a little bit, don't you think?
Well, I mean, I really have to give that to like Kate Bond, who founded Lottie Mott's. La Medusa has been here a very long time. Mm-hmm. The Ale House came in pretty early, and Tutabella as well, and even Starbucks. Geraldine's has been here. So, I mean, there's quite a few pioneers. I can't take full credit. I came in a little later as an owner,
right.
But I always hung out at Lottie's previous to that and was in a band, and we'd always come here after shows and that. So I've seen the arc from 20 years ago, say, but as an owner in this neighborhood, I'm not one of the real early pioneers, but I'm kind of like that next wave.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've lived in the South End for almost 30 years, and
wow.
I've seen a lot of changes in the Columbia City neighborhood, and it's just so vibrant, and
mm-hmm.
I love the feel down here, and now that we have an office right up the street, it's I like being down here a lot more.
I love it. I mean, it just feels really comfortable to me. I like old things. I like old architecture. We know we're going to have that preserved here with the historic district.
That's cool.
And I like kind of the buzz of activity now, which wasn't there before. So any given day, there's just people everywhere, and it just feels good. It feels urban, but it's still scaled in a small, kind of friendly, small town kind of way. So I've coined Columbia City Urban Mayberry, which not everybody loves, but to me it just captures, like, it's small, but it's urban, and everybody knows each other.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's got like that old-fashioned, Main Street feel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of local shops, and and I think the neighborhood really likes to support, the small business.
Yeah, I mean, we've been really blessed with a lot of small independent businesses, a lot of businesses owned by people of color, real estate, buildings owned by people of color. So I think it's kept a lot of the diversity, which is awesome. And then the kind of, the more chain establishments that are coming in are still like Seattle-based, like smaller chain type of places like Pagliacci's and even Tutabella. So I don't think we haven't been hit with like, McDonald's and like real giant national chain establishments yet.
Yeah,
so hopefully not.
Except for Starbucks.
Except for Starbucks.
And that even has a real nice community feel to it. So
yeah, I mean, it's a meaningful business to have here, and whatever your point of view, it is what it is.
So how did you get involved in the restaurant business? You said you're in a band. So tell us a little bit about Beau. What's Beau's story?
Yeah, the boaster. Well, growing up, my mom and aunt had a catering company, so I was pressed into duty helping them.
Okay.
At a pretty early age. And I'd say my aunt was what you call a foodie before that term ever existed. So
Nice.
I grew up in kind of a gourmet food environment. And so it was just sort of natural for me as I went to college and in high school all my jobs were restaurant related. So I've literally been a busboy, been a dishwasher, been a valet, been a waiter, been a bartender, been a cook, been a line cook, been a brunch cook, been a prep cook. So I do have a handle on all aspects of the business.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like a master of any of them per se, but I'm a good jack of all trades of the restaurant business. And So it just, you just sort of fall into this. Next thing you know, that's like what you do for a career, and,
Yeah.
and that's what you're doing.
Yeah. And you like it still? Do you still?
I mean, I really like it. It's gotten harder. The city of Seattle, I think, is one of the most antagonistic places to actually do this business. And but you just kind of keep plugging away. I've been really blessed with great staff over the years, really cool people, and just my philosophy is I just hire people who I think are real smart and nice and cool people, and give them trust, bestow trust to them, and hopefully I get that back. And so I've got a lot of really veteran staff, and we all get along. So it's kind of got the family thing, which is something I really like about it.
Well, and I think that makes a difference too when people come in here.
Yeah.
They kind of know that they're going to see so-and-so behind the bar, or their favorite, wait staff person or whatever. And it used to be that way. And it's kind of the same way at Columbia City Ale House.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they first opened and being there and just, feeling like cheers. It's like you walk in and everybody, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, the philosophy is laid back, non-corporate, be professional, try to, be punctual, or prompt with your service, be polite, but you don't need to, like, kiss everybody at the table.
You don't have to have, like,
you don't have to have
flair.
A flair. No, just do your thing. Like, there's no uniforms, there's no, play whatever music you want within reason,
Right.
So be responsive to the people who are here, and just respect that. But just trying to keep it really open-armed to the whole community. The thing I love about Lottie's is it's always been such a diverse clientele, like age-wise, ethnicities, income brackets, creative people, tons of creative people. So it's just been a great little spot in that regard.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So let's go back to the music for a bit. You mentioned, people can play whatever music they want. Do you have live music here? And then also, you said that you were in a band. Do you still perform at all?
I was. No, I'm not performing. I'm very rusty at this point. Really just kind of running these businesses. This place in Jude's and Rainier Beach have just completely taken over my life. So I'm just
Gotcha.
putting out fires all the time. So, but I was in a band for some years, and
What'd you play?
I play guitar and mandolin.
Oh, cool.
And so one of these days I'll get back into it,
Yeah.
sit on the porch and pick the mandolin, be fun.
I love that.
But yeah, so we have live music here every once in a while, but it's such a small space, and live music can be pretty overwhelming and loud, especially if there's
That's
a
true.
drum kit. So we're pretty picky about when we do it, mostly just for beat walk.
Okay. And when is Beat Walk?
Beat walk is June through September, second Sundays from like 6 p.m. on.
Okay.
Free to the public, live music in the venues, on the streets, usually a DJ right over here on Ferdinand. Really cool, really fun. And
That is cool.
just an amazing abundance of talent that you'll soak in one given night.
Didn't it used to be on Fridays? Or
It used to be
Thursdays or something?
Fridays.
Okay.
It was first Fridays, and there was a cover charge.
Oh, okay.
We did away with that model because none of the businesses wanted to participate because Fridays were already busy. They didn't. It just was kind of hindering their business, and so we moved it to Sundays and made it kind of early because more of the businesses wanted to participate.
Yeah.
And it's easier to get musicians who are professional musicians who might be booked Friday and Saturday to come on out. Why not play
Yeah.
on Sunday? And just that's what it is now.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So what else, anything else you'd like to tell us about Columbia City, Beau? What do you want to do when you grow up?
What do I want to do when I grow up? I don't know.
Besides sit on the porch and play the mandolin? I think that's a pretty good goal.
I mean, I've got all kinds of hopes and aspirations. I would really like to. I've got a novel that I've really got to get finished one of these days. I sort of think of myself as a writer first and everything else second. So one of these days I'd like to really get into that more. I run. I'm with the Rainier Beach Running Club, get in better shape, start getting into some yoga. Hang out with my wife, Courtney, and our cats. And I'm a cat person, yes, not a dog person.
We won't hold that against
I
him.
love
It's
cats.
okay.
Okay. And just feel, really lucky to kind of happened into ownership of Lottie's Lounge when I did right before this neighborhood really started to turn a corner.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It sounds like a good aspirations.
Yeah. No.
Do you have any like special nights of the week or any kind of promotional stuff that you do? Like Tuesday night is tequila night, or I don't know.
Well, we do a tequila Tuesday.
Don't hold me to that, but see, tequila Tuesdays, all right.
And we do like a special taco. It changes every week. But basically, Lotties is just Lotties. I think when people come here, we have no televisions. You know, that's a really special thing.
I love
at Lotties.
that.
So you're here at the bar, people socialize and talk to each other. It's got that community feel. They're not staring at a television. They might be staring at their phone. I can't control that.
That's true.
But inevitably what happens at Lottie's is you get a drink in your system, you're sitting 4 inches from a neighbor, and people just talk. And so a lot of connections have happened, including a couple marriages. And
No way,
so on and
that's
so
cool.
forth. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it is a real community place.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We call it Columbia City's living room. So
Nice.
kick up your feet.
Put your feet up,
Relax.
have a drink, and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Beau, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
Lottie's Lounge at the corner of South Ferdinand and South Rainier, and it is in the heart of Columbia City. Come down, have a drink, talk to your neighbor, say hi to Beau.
Yeah, please. We're here for you.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Let's check those cashews.
Yeah, I see some smoke. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got you.
Got it.